And that photo contest was extremely exhausting. Fun, but very exhausting. I got a call from the winner, Patrick. Um, he's happy, so I got a big box to ship him. The winner of the street photography contest. Everything is about lighting. His shot, as well as the other shots in the contest that also made the top 7, were not only about subject composition, but obviously so about lighting. Um, a lot of people are really afraid of speedlights. I mean, I've said this before, if you actually go on any of these photo forums, everybody wants to talk about the latest, greatest lens, but nobody wants to talk about lighting. The videos that I make that get the least amount of loving, shall we say, not that it matters, are videos on light mods, and it should be the other way around. You do a lot more with lighting than you can with that super awesome new expensive lens. It is about lighting. Why are you afraid of your speed light? I mean, a lot of people, I know the answer to that, by the way. A lot of people are impeded with the premise that it's hard enough for them to figure out the proper composition and figure out their camera, but that shouldn't be the case. You need to be able to transcend that easily. Work with it daily. I mean, it could be a hobby for you. You might not have the time to do that. You know, you got wife and kids and all that other stuff like some of the rest of us weirdos don't have that issue. But, you know, spend a few minutes so that you can transcend the camera and concentrate on lighting. That's where everything begins. Important thing is that you notice that all my speed lights, and I know I've got over 50 speed lights. They all have Velcro on the heads. If you actually look in any pro's bag and they got a speed light, you'll notice that there is Velcro all around the heads. That's for attaching all these freaky deaky light mods. I don't mean those crappy little diffuser domes that the speed. You know what those are useful for? They're useless. They're shit. You know, I throw those things in the drawer, never use them again. Useless. I'm all about creating completely original light mods. Here's one. I made it a year ago. I don't know where the video is, but I've got several videos on this. It's a tunnel that actually attaches your speed light. It actually hits a reflective barrier up here, and it directs it through a translucent window. This would be the one time where actually having your speed light mounted on your camera is okay. Either with it on or off the camera, you can actually direct this down at a macro subject, and it works beautifully. It's not only about directing the light, but diffusing it properly. I mean, it doesn't always need to be diffused. I mean, who says diffuse lighting is always the right idea? Most of the time, it's better than the harsh lighting directly out of the speed light, but, you know, sometimes you want that. It's your choice how you want the photograph to look, but you need to concentrate on the nature of the lighting, you know. It's all about shading, separation, saturation, shading, separation, saturation. The reason why your shots look like snapshots with like a, you know, $5,000 Nikon D5 and the $6,000 Nikkor 200mm f2, if you're taking a shot without any flash or speed light or strobe illumination, is because it's about the lighting. It's not about that super expensive lens, that super expensive camera. It's about the lighting. There's a totally unique mod that I came up with. The Lux Orb, for example. There's actually a reflective cone situated in the back here, really in the front. This is attached to a 30-degree grid, which is on a studio reflector. This is very lightweight since it's made out of aluminum. Peel that off. This is just a diffuser panel made out of translucent tracing paper that's been laminated, by the way, which is very durable. Once you laminate something, it instantly becomes pretty damn durable. 30-degree grid. And you can see the translucent dome in the back there. This is my Lux Orb invention. It's completely unique. Speedlight hits that reflective dome, bounces to the studio reflector here, and then hits the 30-degree. I could put a 15-degree grid in here. And I get not only diffusion, I get complete lighting control over my speed light. So wherever I place it, if I put it 30 degrees off axis or 30 degrees, wherever I want to place it, I get complete lighting control. It's not about throwing a bunch of light out there, which some of these do, which is fine. I mean, it's the nature and quality of the light, but it's also the control. Anybody could stick a bare bulb studio strobe in like an enormous room. Let's take a bunch of stuff. Just bare bulb it and like bam, let's dial up the power. Let's dial up the power. Just toss an enormous amount of light in there. It's like, wow, now you got complete saturation, but there's no separation. Like everything is just illuminated. And you know, how is that any different than shooting in bright sunlight? Well, I mean, it's a little bit better than that, but not much. So now that you have the lighting, you have to know what the hell to do with it. How are you going to control it? You know, you got to wrangle it. It's like, I got 10,000 herd of sheep out there on the horizon. It's like, yeah, do you have a fence for those goddamn sheep? No, I don't. They're out there somewhere. Yeah, I see a couple of them over there on the hill. The wolves are eating them, and Jim Bob and, Billy Bob down there are stealing some of your sheep. You know, kind of the same thing. It's like, I got me 100,000 head of cattle. Back in the day, they had issues. Like, one of the major inventions was barbed wire. They put up fences, so like the Indians and like animals and, what good is having it if you don't have any control over it? So that's the other issue. These aren't about lighting. It's like, well, you just got done saying everything's about lighting. No, it's about lighting and then controlling the lighting. Fiber optic cable. I made a bunch of videos on this awesome little mod. I use the almost completely useless bleeping effing dome diffuser for a speedlight, drilled a hole in it and stuck some fiber optic cable in there. I've made quite a few of these. And then what I do is I place the speedlight on my hip on a clip if I'm outdoors. I can actually point this anywhere I want and get very specific lighting using the fiber optic cable with the speedlight light. Speedlight light. I just said that. I've had too much caffeine today. Actually, I've been completely exhausted. It's because I answer so many emails and so many comments, it's absolutely exhausting. Here's another one to think of. I've got the video somewhere for this. I just used a laminated box of construction paper. Inside of it, I stuck straws, which gives me about 30-degree control. I stuck a diffuser head on the end of it. Yeah, these are just black 8.5-inch soda straws. You want them to be black because the light is passing through the straw. If they're red or blue, that light is going to affect the speedlight illumination, so you want the straws to be black for obvious reasons. This, I get really tight, specific control of my lighting, and people pay a decent amount of money for these damn things. I mean, I could make one of these in about 15 minutes, even less than that if I were to be rushed. I got a few of these. The reason I have industrial Velcro, because you see these industrial Velcro tabs right here? You see how they fit on the studio strobe, on the speedlight. Why, I have had too much caffeine today, haven't I? Pop it there, boom, we're done. Oh, look at that, what's a little crooked, but, I would adjust it better than this, but I did that quickly. My dish light mod, this one works beautifully, especially for wide angle. This lays completely flat. Once I remove it, you see I have a Velcro strip right around here holding it onto the speedlight, so industrial Velcro strip, these industrial Velcro tabs, it comes completely apart. It costs you like $1 to make one of these. Take you about 15 minutes to make one. The lighting from this is incredible. Nice. The issues with speedlights, even when you pop down the diffuser panel, it doesn't give you, it gives you too much light vignetting. So this time would be an example of when I want nice even illumination across the scene. Using, say, wide angle 35mm field of view or something like that. Yeah, I've tried this with a 16mm. It works perfectly. It works better than anything else that I've ever tried. So I can't buy something like this. Well, how simple is this? $1. It's 2 circular discs. One is bent into a cone, which is Velcroed, as you can see here. The other one is pretty much flat. Basically just leave the bottom open like a clamshell, attach some Velcro. This is ingenious. I did an awesome job on this one. This is my second version now perfected. I call that one the dish. This one's the scoop. Some people are making these, reporting back how awesome it works. This one is divinely simple. Look how complicated this is. Okay, peel it off there, peel it off there. This fits in your bag and lays completely frigging flat. Well, I got a little bit of a bend in it. This is actually real aluminum ducting tape made by 3M. You can get a roll of this for like 10 bucks or something at your hardware store. It's basically just tape with a sticky back. It's not plastic, it actually is real aluminum. You can actually cut yourself if you're not careful laying this down. So, this doesn't weigh anything, and it's completely flat, and it's better than any other speedlight mod out there. I can't buy that. Some people have shown me ones that are kind of close to that, but it's not like this, though. This is better. And you could do it yourself for $1. It's like, I'm going to buy that thing. It's kind of like something else I've seen for 15. Yeah, you know what? This is not only better, but it's only a friggin' $1! I love when people comment to me stuff like, that's kind of reminds me of the other mod. Your mod isn't completely original, meaning this one. It's like, well, yeah, it is. Not only that, but it gives you the satisfaction of knowing you built something for basically free that works better. Let's see, it's basically free. I built it myself. Instead of eating Cheetos and scratching your butt watching reruns on television, maybe you could watch reruns on television and do something instead of scratching your ass. Go buy some industrial Velcro strips at Lowe's or Home Depot for your damn speedlights. You want to know, as I've said before 1,000 times, the shittiest light is just a bare speedlight sitting in the hot shoe of your camera. I mean, the one place where you don't want it, which is better than nothing, but it is bad illumination. It does not give you any definition or separation. It gives you saturation, but that's all it gives you. It doesn't give you shading, and it doesn't give you separation from your background. You're just washing the whole subject that you're shooting with light. He's like, let's stick this shit on our hot shoe and take a picture of it. Bam! Just blast it with light. It's like shooting someone in the face with a fire hose, right? Wham! There's a bunch of light, damn it. Light. How about control over that lighting? How about taking that shit off of your hot shoe with a TTL cable? I don't have a TTL cable on the table here. I don't care if it's a TTL cable or TTL wireless. Doesn't matter. Get that shit off your hot shoe. Not only get it off your hot shoe, but wrangle it. You need to be able to dominate your camera. So you're not even thinking about your camera anymore. Start thinking about lighting. I know nobody wants to pack a studio strobe anywhere. It's like, well, oh my God, studio strobe. You got a studio strobe and a 47-inch octabox back there, and a Vagabond power pack. That's some serious weight, especially this light stand. These professional light stands, these C-stands. Oh shit, they're so heavy. You can't even believe how heavy these light stands are. They're just crazy, crazy, crazy heavy. They are. They're insanely heavy, but they are the industry standard for multi-million-dollar movies. I mean, that's the shit and nothing else. That's it, period. You can get lighter ones like Pro Masters. They're just as good for $40, made out of aluminum, a lot lighter weight, but you got to sandbag them, of course. You stick a 47-inch octabox up in the wind, you got to sandbag. I know nobody wants to pack that stuff around. They want to have a speed light or two. Keep it simple. Yeah, the only problem is, A, you got to get your shit off your hot shoe. B, you got to wrangle the lights. It's like Farmer John. It's like, I just bought 10,000 sheep. It's like, where did you put them, Farmer John? I put them on my new farm. Do you have a fence for that? No, I just let them loose. Bah! Where the fuck are your sheep, Farmer John? I don't know. There wasn't a fence. It just kind of, they all went everywhere, I saw someone eating. What? You got to wrangle the shit, right? Light is like Farmer John and his sheep or his cows, the reason that farms have fences is kind of to wrangle the shit, so you don't spillage, loss. You gotta do the same thing with lighting. What the hell do you think these speedlight mods are for? For me to look artsy? Oh my God, look at that weird thing he's got attached to his speedlight. I mean, he is being bourgeois, He's putting on airs. No, it's to wrangle the light. Once you wrangle the light, then you can give complete definition and character and enhance the composition to whatever it is your brain thinks. It's not about having light. It is about light. Well, you see, you've got hundreds of videos saying it's all about lighting. Yes, it is. But you also have to wrangle the light. Wrangle it. Whoopsh, giddy up. You ever seen the sheepdogs out on the range? It's like you got the cattle guys, and then they have the little sheepdogs that they go one side of the cows and they bark at them, and the other side and they wrangle them and they steer them. They steer the steer. You have to do the same thing with lighting. You got your shit going everywhere. I got lighting. It's like, yeah, but now you got no control over lighting. Now you've got all the exposure you want for whatever you need. You got plenty of saturation. Wham! I'm going to hit it with some light. Yeah, I'm going to bend this speed light down. Okay? I'm going to get it off my camera, which is really important. And I'm going to wham! Okay, that's a step up. Now wrangle it. There's some old cowboy song about wrangling your sheep or your cattle or something. I can't remember what it is. I'm not old enough to remember that crap, but I know there's a song about that. I'd like to have that music playing in the background. I can't remember what it is. Wrangle your lighting. It's all about control. Isn't everything in life about control? Isn't it? Why is photography any different? It's no different. Thanks for watching. Like this video, drop a buck or two, tell me to jump off a cliff, whatever makes you happy, whatever tickles your pickle, whatever enhances your day. You know, go grab yourself a soda and a box of chocolates and go, I hate that fat tattooed guy. You know, he gives me useful information, but I absolutely hate him. I hear that sometimes, and I just laugh so hard. Thank you for watching. Bye. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-dum.